Good morning, my millionaire growth partners. My name is Otis Tucker, the world's first trillionaire. I am creating financial freedom for billions of people across this world. I am creating a million millionaires. I am the greatest leader that ever lived. I am God, people, and most important is that I manifest the words I speak. My message for you today, people, is for you to develop your mind, your body, and spirit. Now, I'll start off by talking about your spirit because to me that's the most important, because once you get that to be developed and aligned where you're progressing spiritually, then the other two will fall in order, you know? So it's like, okay, developing your spirit. What does that look like, right? Now, for everybody, that could be different. You know what I mean? I'll just share with you from my perspective what I believe you need to be doing in order for you to develop your connection with the Spirit of God that's inside of you. Well, first and foremost, you have to acknowledge that that's the truth. You have to get to the point, I think, first and foremost, where you acknowledge the fact that what you call your soul is indeed the Spirit of God. You have to start by acknowledging that fact. Because if it's not, then what is it? So if you can come to that conclusion first and foremost, then you already 90% there. You know what I'm saying? The other 10% is where, now obviously there's levels of belief to that and understanding to that, which will come with time, to where you not just say it, but you really get to own that your soul is indeed the Spirit of God. Like getting to the point where you really and truly, people, believe that God lives inside of you. That's the first step in your spiritual journey. Now, once you start doing that, then there's other things that you got to do. Is you got to raise your vibration and really elevate yourself by connecting with the spirit that's within you. Because once you identify that that's there, then the next task, obviously, is to really start to connect with that. Now, how do you connect with that? Just like anything in life, man, there's a language to it. You have to speak the language. The language of the spirit is prayer. So you have to become a prayer warrior. You have to basically pray to the best of your ability. And prayer, to me, to be honest with you, is more for conversation, really. I'm more or less talking to God, the God that's in me, versus reciting some things. I'm literally just talking to him and I'm just sharing with him. Like, let the spirit know the things that you're struggling with. Let the spirit knows, the things that you're grateful for, especially what you're grateful for, people. There's nothing more the spirit love more than acknowledgement and gratefulness, gratitude, showing gratitude for the things that you've been blessed with. You must first appreciate the things you have before you go to the spirit. You know what I'm saying? You have to appreciate and acknowledge that the things that are going great in your life, man, there's so many good things that you've already been blessed with. So first acknowledge the blessings, you know what I'm saying? But definitely pray, people. Pray, and even if you don't know how to pray, man, I'm telling you, start practicing, get ideas, but definitely start having more of a conversation with the spirit that's in you, man. So definitely through prayer, definitely you can connect with the spirit also through meditation. I strongly recommend that you meditate. For me, a minimum 2 to 3 hours a day, I'm meditating. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like when you meditate, it gets you to a point where you're very present and you're more in tune with what's happening around you. And it also allows you to really just slow down, more or less, more than anything, man. Just slow your mind down and just really allow you to really kind of sense and feel things. You know what I mean? That's happening within you. Because it's always happening. It's just that you don't feel the presence that's already there, but getting to the point where you can sense it, feel it, and you feel it. It's a feeling inside of you, people, that you'll get to, and you get to connect with that through meditation. So for connecting with your spirit, that's my suggestion of how to do that. Now, your mind, people. Now, this right here is a powerful one too. It's like you got to realize that the things that we think with our minds becomes our reality, right? So nothing ever happens in our life unless we thought of it first. Now, it's easier said than done. Like, okay, well, change your thoughts. It's not that simple, man. It takes a lot of intentionality. It takes a lot of practice. But you have to get to the point where you become in control of your mind. And how do you get to that point? What I'm realizing, people, is like our biggest fear we call it the unknown, but really and truly is that we fear what I'm realizing, the things that we don't want to deal with. You know what I'm saying? Like we fear, you can call it shadow work, you can call it facing your demons, facing the things that your weaknesses, your faults. Those are the things that nobody want to work on, man. You know what I'm saying? And even as developers, I think I have quite a bit of those that I'm working on right now myself, shadow work. You know what I'm saying? Like dealing with my issues, my problems, because we all have them, people. You know what I'm saying? If you're not manifesting all the things you want in life, just realize that it's because of the things that you're not dealing with, man. It's like one of the biggest thing I realize is that, you will keep repeating different things you don't want, scenarios, problems, whatever you want to call them. You'll keep repeating them until you deal with them, man, until you address them. You know what I'm saying? And you can't address something that you won't even acknowledge, people. So it's like, that's the work, man. That is indeed the work, is that for people that take the time to literally focus on dealing with their issues, dealing with their faults, dealing with their demons, dealing with their past, you know what I'm saying? And facing your challenges head on mentally. It's like, because what happened is, it's like your thoughts, people, create your perception of life, and your perception of life is your physical reality. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and the reason being is that you got to realize with your mind, obviously, you think consciously. Those are the thoughts that you intentionally think about. And you also understand that there's a subconscious thought that you are not really intentionally doing. It's just happening in the background. That things, whatever you focus on and you put emotion with it, whether it's fear, anger, or love, whether it's negative emotion or positive emotion, it's like you want to focus on thinking of the thoughts that you want, man. You know what I'm saying? Like the things that you want. What does the future look like for you? Like you have to start thinking about that stuff. You know what I'm saying? You have to start intentionally thinking about, okay, what does the future you look like? Like that stuff is work, man, because you got to realize that's not how we're trained to think. So it's like you have to get to the point where you understand that it's critically necessary for you to face your problems, face the things, your bad habits, face the things that's been holding you back, man. And once you identify them, acknowledge them for what they are, get busy fixing them, people. You know what I'm saying? By coming up with better ways of doing things, new actions that you can take that will produce different outcome. And the easiest way to do that for real, is definitely starting to visualize, what does the amazing you look like? What does the future version of yourself look like? Your present right now is not your reality, people. You got to understand that your thoughts is what's creating the present, man. So you have to get busy creating in your mind, visualizing. That's the beauty of your mind. Use your imagination, man. Visualize, what does it look like for you to achieve the things that you want? And as you practice on doing that, people, then now you're starting to do the work in that area, And it's priceless work, man, because once you develop the habit of learning how to create with your mind, then that's powerful, people, because now you're creating the new perception that you want, which is the new amazing life, whatever that looks like for you, And I want you to get busy, like really and truly practicing on that on an everyday basis, man, because our mind create the life we're having, people. And if we want a better life, we have to gain control of our mind so we can create the new amazing life that we're looking for, whatever that looks like, the way you're being, obviously, So definitely that's the work. Deal with your demons, man. Deal with your problems, dealing with your issues. Acknowledge your weaknesses. Obviously, it does help to have at least one person. In my case, I'm fortunate to have two people that I actually, I trust to hold me accountable. You know what I'm saying? But you got to have at least one, man, because they're going to be the mirror for you to let you know the things you really need to work on, man, because we can be lying to ourselves and be delusional, but that ain't solving nothing. My suggestion to you, man, is if you have somebody like that in your life, that really can help you to let you know the things that they think you need to work on, man, take full advantage of that, because that'll help you speed up your process, your development process in regards to your mind. Last but not least, people, is your physical realm. Well, before I get to that, though, it's like what happened is, what I'm realizing, people, is that the spirit, definitely, that's number one. There's no way around that. You have to develop your spirituality. That helps you to realize the power of God that's within you. Now, what happened is, when you get to that point where you have that down, then it's like, okay, great. Now you really need a brainstorm with your spirit and your mind. You know what I'm saying? As far as creating the vision, because the spirit give you your purpose. And it's like your mind is there to create how you're going to fulfill on God's purpose for your life. So they go hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, because when you're walking in your purpose, then that means that you're aligned. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I really want you to focus on brainstorming with your spirit and your mind, because the more you do that, and the more the emotions, the positive emotions ties to it, like happiness, joy, love, the peace that the spirit gives you, like those, compassion, see, all those are from the spirit. Those are the fruits of the spirit that you naturally have. Peace, love, compassion, those are all positive emotions that, you know, you want to feel. And when you put that into, you know, use your mind to really figure out how you're going to accomplish your purpose, and you tie those emotions to it, then what happened is, you're starting to bring your purpose into, you know, your subconscious. And your subconscious, which is also a part of your mind, is in that point, is that the body only take instruction from the subconscious, people. So you must be intentional consciously, so that subconsciously it basically write the code for what you need to do with your body, man. You know? Now, from a physical realm, bodily form, is that, of course, you have to develop yourself, right? Because we can't just be mind and spirit. The body is what's doing the action. So you have to basically consistently be developing yourself, always be learning new things, whether it's from mentors, whether it's from books, whether it's from watching videos. Like, you have to develop your weaknesses, people, and you have to be honest with yourself. You know what I'm saying? Again, the easiest way to let you know what you need to learn is that if you're not producing the results you want, I don't care what you think to yourself, man, you need to work on that. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that you must admit to yourself, man. So anyways, people, develop your mind, develop your spirit first and foremost through prayer and meditation. Develop your mind by imagining the things that you want, and also doing the shadow work, where you're dealing with your demons, dealing with different things that you need to work on, man. Your weaknesses, your faults, work on those, right? You do all of that in your mind, people, so you can create the new perception of what you want your life to be. You know what I mean? You creating that, people. That's a God-given ability that we all have. We all have the ability to create, and I want you to get busy creating the new perception of what it is that you do want. Last but not least is, when it comes to your body, people, is that obviously it goes without saying, you got one body right now. You know what I'm saying? Health-wise, you got to come up with some kind of physical regimen to take care of your body. Eat right, you know what I'm saying? And also develop yourself, man. It's like, be, you know, reading, learning, consistently learning, man, and practicing on a daily basis to make it be eventually like muscle movements, like reflexes, man. That's how you get good at anything, people, is that you physically practice what you want. You practice on a daily basis. So consistently do that. That way you can grow in all three areas, or all three segments of your life. Anyways, people, shout out to Jamaica, man, the eye of this world. Shout out to Africa, who's the mother of this world. Shout out to the entire Caribbean and the entire African diaspora worldwide, man. My purpose here, people, and my mandate from God is to unite the Caribbean and Africa. And the way we do it, people, is by standing united, man. Stand united by supporting each other, helping each other, and just really having true love and compassion towards our fellas, man, our brothers and sisters. Let's really work on that, people. Let's really stand united, man. That's the only way we'll bring about the greatest prosperity period that we've ever seen, which is God's promise for our lives. My declaration for your life, people, number one is that you are a millionaire. Number two is that you're married to the person of your dreams. Number three is that you have amazing health and is in the best shape of your life, man. My prayer for you today, people, is that the Spirit of God will continue to work on you, continue to use you, continue to develop you, man, to being the greatest version of yourself, you know? And I really hope that you heed this message today, people. I really hope that you really get busy developing your spirit, developing your mind, and developing your body. Blessings on to y'all, man, and happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Y'all have a great day.